What's up, guys? Welcome to the first tier list on the channel. We are going to do a Kingdom Hearts character tier list, and it gives me a chance to talk about my thoughts about some of these characters and why I like them and stuff. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning, and we are going to go ahead and throw Terra in S because Terra is massively overhated, underrated. He's a great guy. He's just a normal dude trying to do the right thing, and stuff doesn't go his way, and it's super relatable. Maybe I'll make individual videos on the characters later, but I guess this is just going to be a general overview type of thing. But if you have any questions why I put someone somewhere, we can chat it in the comments. But Terra is an S because I just think he's super cool and really relatable. And Ericus, we are going to stick in C tier. I really like Ericus in Dark Road, but in Birth by Sleep, he doesn't have the best showing. You do get the sense that he really cares about his students, and you still do kind of feel his friendship with Xehanort, but he made some mistakes, and some of the stuff is definitely his fault that happens in these games. So there's that. And Vanitas is going in A. I think Vanitas is really cool. He might be kind of a cliche, just a dark, edgy version of the main character, but there's something. He's cool, and anybody that's watch Bleach, I would just say he gives me Hollow Ichigo vibes. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But Vanitas is cool. I like Vanitas. And this man, we are not going to debate it. He's just too influential. He's got a great personality. This man's been here like the whole time. He's just watching. He's just watching everything from the sidelines. And he's great. I feel like I'm obligated to put Zaldin and Lexius, Dylan and Alias in C just because of a lack of being there, kind of. They don't have a super lot of screen time. They are a lot of times just standing like they didn't even speak in Kingdom Hearts 3. There wasn't too much there for them to do, but I don't hate them. I don't think any of these characters, so we might as well go ahead and get rid of... How do I do that? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and get rid of C and D because I don't think we're going to need them. D and E, my bad. Okay, Vexen. Vexen started out as your stereotypical mad scientist guy, but, by Kingdom Hearts 3, he started to come around. We're going to put him in B. Because, he sort of grew with conscience and helped us out. Not too bad. I will also stick Ienzo in B, but a little further up because he's a little more likable, I feel like. Alright, Sykes. Kingdom Hearts 3 made Sykes a lot more interesting to me personally. He's kind of annoying in Kingdom Hearts 2, that's his job, but he's just a jerk for seemingly the sake of being a jerk. But you do get to see that it's his jealousy of Axel having friends, and he's kind of the Riku of his and Axel's relationship. If they were just older and more further apart. But yeah, Sykes, he's alright. Axel is also going in S. That is probably a really overseen opinion, but he's just cool. So, Axel's a cool guy. Doesn't everybody wish they could just snap their fingers and have their problems burn away? Not to say Vexen's a problem. He was a problem to Axel, but Sora. People are going to burn me at the stake. I don't hate Sora. He is just not my kind of character. He's the Captain America, whereas I like the Iron Man. So, he's a good fit for the series, but not a good fit for me liking him. We will say that, I guess. Demix, I wish you got more screen time, man. You're funny. Demix he's a chill guy, you know. He don't want to hurt nobody. He just wants to play his sitar. Luxord is unfairly going in S, not because of things he has done, but because of things I think he will do. This man he's gonna be uber important. I said Uber because he drives Yuzora's car. He's gonna be uber important going forward, I think. And, you know, his British accent's pretty cool. And, you know, he's a pretty cool guy to Sora, you know. They want to play another game someday. Hopefully they get a chance. Marluxia is going in A because Union Cross. I like Union Cross. It's one of my favorite stories. Marluxia's pretty important over there. And, yeah, he's very different from Chain of Memories onward. But, you know, you do kind of feel for the guy. He's had it rough. And, hope we see more of him going forward. He's got a super cool scythe. Pink hair definitely stands out. I like him. Larxene. I will put Larxene in B. She is entertaining. She's got a very unique personality for the series, that's for sure, but not my favorite character. But yeah, she's alright. Ansem Sod. I think I will put all of the Xehanorts in A because Master Xehanort goes ahead of them. But, you know, Ansem started it all. He was the OG. And there's something special to that. He's also had somewhat of a positive influence on some of the characters. I think he's facilitated a lot of Riku's character development. Whether that be, you know, unintentional on his part, he winds up helping Riku find out who he is on accident, and that's pretty special. And Xemnas, I didn't really think about it until Kingdom Hearts 3, whenever he's giving his go away speech, and he talks about how he took the organization for granted, and I went back after that, and I didn't realize how many times he's referred to the organization as his friends, his comrades. And you go back to Kingdom Hearts 2 and 358/2, and he does refer to them in an endearing manner, like pretty frequently. And so it's pretty cool to see that, you know, the guy who doesn't have a heart, he still talks about the people like he cares about them, even though you do know he's supposed to be manipulating everyone. But it's interesting, you know. Ben Diskin, Young Xehanort. Young Xehanort's hard to rank because it seems like every time we see him, he's different. You know, sometimes, you know, Dream Drop Distance, right? He's just there. He's this is my job. I got to do it. And Kingdom Hearts 3, he's kind of a jerk. You know, he's ha ha ha, you're gonna die, Sora. But Dark Road, you got a feel for him. So he's all over the place. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave him at A because of Dark Road. I really liked him in Dark Road, so that's gonna make up for the other where he wasn't as great. Ansem the Wise, you look pathetic. Go ahead, have your laugh. We're gonna stick Ansem the Wise in C because I don't know. There's a little bit of a character there. You know, he has an arc. He gets betrayed. He goes after his revenge, and you know, somewhere down the line, he's like, oh, I messed up. Time to you know, maybe I should fix some of these things I messed up. And you know, it's kind of admirable, but I don't know. I feel like he's not stuck around long enough for me to care about him as much as I care about the things that surround him. That's kind of a weird place. I think I'll stick Sora further up in C and stick Ansem the Wise behind Sora. There we go. That seems about right. Okay, we are going to put all the Twilight Town trio also in C. It is nothing against them personally. They just don't have a whole lot of focus and screen time to justify me putting them much higher. But yeah, Hayner definitely goes at the beginning because of, you know, the Hayner kick. Such a meme. It's funny. Alright, Riku is going in S, A, S, we'll stick him in the very beginning of A. He has a big character arc, you know? It was seeing him go from Kingdom Hearts 1 to where he is now is something special. You know, he's grown a lot and really found his place in the world. He's really unique in his use of light and darkness. Kind of wish you could see him use more light, since light and darkness, like the Twilight's supposed to be kind of his thing. But you know, he still uses some darkness, you know. But curious to see how he goes about in Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe we'll see him in Quadratum. Definitely will, since that's literally where Melody of Memory ended. But yeah, excited for more Riku. Master of Masters. I will unjustifiably put him in S because I think he has a lot of potential. And this man is so chaotic and funny. And a real mix-up from Master Xehanort, because, you know, Master Xehanort, he's the stickler, you know, he's a order, but this man is just all over the place, manipulating everybody. Still don't know exactly what this man's trying to do. I know he's trying to get rid of the darkness, but how's he going to go about that from here? Is the question. And it's a question I want the answer for, so we're going to stick him in S, mainly out of excitement and chaos. Alright. Era. I like the foretellers more than your average Joe. I think back cover has a pretty interesting story, and you know, I am also looking forward to seeing these guys in the future. I will stick Unicorn Man in B. You know, I think he's an interesting character. Matt Mercer kills it, you know. I like the voice acting. And maybe we will, you know, eagerly await any future scenarios. Alright, Ava. Ava is one of the fan favorites of the foretellers, so you know, I have to put her higher or else people will kill me. Nah, I will also stick her in B. Yeah. Ava, you know, Ava's... Everyone picks the Volpez Union and Union Cross because everyone thinks it's going to help them survive the Keyblade War, but they forget that, you know, Volpez doesn't necessarily mean dandelion, so I guess maybe it is just because people just like Ava. But, you know, she's sweet, you know, trying to do the best thing. She's the youngest foreteller. You know, she's close to the age of all of the actual dandelions, so they find her super relatable. Maybe that also goes with the fan base, I don't know. But yeah, I said, like I said, he really hasn't been around a whole lot, you know, compared to the rest of these guys, but, you know, I think it's really interesting because everyone's like, oh, he's the strong guy, he's gonna be dumb, but he is the first person to be like, hey, maybe we should listen to the master. And we do know the master was manipulating everybody, so, you know, maybe just because the guy's strong doesn't mean he's dumb. And also, I do think that it's cool that he's strong. This man was fighting 3v1 and he was just tired, you know? And then he still beat up Gula. And that is maybe shallow of me to rank him based on strength, but I think it's cool. So there he is. And then we will put Envy. I think I like Envy a little more than Ava, so I will put it right there. Gula is, I think he's one of my favorite foretellers just because of his calm nature. He's just, you know, Mr. Stoic over here just watching everything, be like, oh, okay, yeah. was trying to figure out the lost page. Ephemer, I really like Ephemer. Ephemer is going at the beginning of A, and people do not kill me, but I think Ephemer, for me personally, is a more tolerable Sora. I can't put my finger on it, but something about Sora is just a tiny bit annoying to me. And somehow or another, I feel like Ephemer somehow manages to be Sora but cooler. And I don't know, maybe it's the scarf. Maybe it's the cool red scarf, I don't know. But, I dig Ephemer. I think he's pretty cool. And Scold. We can't separate these guys by too much. You gotta put Scold pretty close to Ephemer. We'll stick Riku in the middle. He'll be the dividing line. I like Scold. She her and Ventus. We didn't get to see them build that snowman, but they did it. I know they did it. But yeah, I'm excited to see more about her. I'm pretty sure. I am 99.7% sure she is Subject X, and that does also make you like Lucio a little more, because it shows that since he saved her from all those experiments, if it is her, but he still cares about the Union Cross people in the current timeline, and that's cool. Kairi's so divisive. People want to like Kairi, and she doesn't do a whole lot physically. Her presence has a significant impact on everything in the series. She doesn't go around banging heads too often, but she does contribute. She contributes a lot. And, as far as actual fighting is concerned, I think it does make a degree of sense not to have her be uber powerful, like super powerful right out the gate. Because we've had so many other games with Sora and Riku and everybody going on these journeys, and the whole time Kairi, she got her Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 2, but she didn't really have time to figure out how to use it. There's other things going on. So it does make a degree of sense that she wouldn't be on their level as of Kingdom Hearts 3. And, she did have the whole time chamber training arc, but it's not really going to be the same as actually going on an adventure. So I don't fault her for not being the strongest. So there is that. But, she is kind of, she's just hanging out, She's, I don't blame any misgivings on Kairi, or I know a lot of people blame it on the writing, but I think it makes sense. It does make sense to me, personally, that Kairi isn't top tier Keyblade wielder. But yeah, there's that. Maybe I'll make a video about that in the future, talking about Kairi, because I think there's a bit to talk about. But we're gonna leave it right next to Sora and Strelitzia. Surprise, surprise! I like Strelitzia. She's cute. I think from the one or two scenes we see of her with Marluxia, you do kind of feel their siblingness, and the way he's picking on her about liking the player and all that is pretty funny. But yeah, I am excited to see her in Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe she'll be a party member. That would be super cool. Give her a cool Scythe Keyblade, I'm excited, Let us see more of her. Brain. Probably one of my favorite Union Cross characters. Let us actually... Okay, yeah, we'll stick him in front of Ephemer. We will stick him in front of Ephemer. He's a cool dude. He's got the plans. They call him Brain for a reason. He knows what's up. He's going to be the virus that overwrites the system. Pretty self-sacrificial, of him to stay back when the world's ending, and this man's like, no, I'm gonna stay here with this computer and try to save everyone. That's pretty commendable. You gotta dig it. Chirithy is great. I can't quite put you in S Chirithy. I will put you in between these fellas. Chirithy, so helpful, Although kind of are forced to be helpful. Your life depends on it, Chirithy. You're always being held at gunpoint. So sorry about that for you. But I really like Chirithy. Chirithy's sweet. Roxas. Roxas to the mansion. Roxas is in A. I know a lot of people will stick Roxas in S. He's cool. I like the dual wielding. I like his his dilemma. I feel like we just keep separating Skull and Ephemer. Yeah, I think I like Roxas more than Riku. We'll stick Roxas there. This man had it rough. He lived for like a year of free will working for a cult, but he's a pretty likable character. I like him. Namine, we must make haste. She hasn't shown up a whole lot. Chain of Memories was kind of her game, and she's there a little bit in Days, and she does reappear in 3, but she hasn't been super present. So I think I will stick her at the top of B, because I like Naminé, but need to see a little more of her. Shion is my second favorite Kingdom Hearts character. I'm gonna say it. There are people who hate Shion because they think, she didn't need to exist. Roxas' story was sad enough, and like just the nature of her existence and everyone forgetting her. They hate that. It's like, she's pointless if everyone forgets about her, but the impact is still there. You still see the results of her existence, and there's the scenes like in Kingdom Hearts 2 whenever Axel's talking to Roxas and he's like, I'm thinking about something Naminé said. Is he really sure we don't all have a heart? You, me, her. But Roxas and Axel never both knew Naminé at the same time. And then there's Naminé saying she wanted to see Roxas at least once, and Shion asked Naminé to watch over Roxas. So they're the hints of the reaching effects of Shion's existence, even though everyone forgets her. So like Axel is like projecting, because he can't remember Shion, things that he would remember about Shion. It does feel like are projected onto Naminé, since that's the next closest thing in his head. So I just think that's really neat. But definitely has an impact on the story. She is a more proactive character than Roxas. She existed after he did, and she started making her own decisions and going against the organization before he did. So you love that for her. She's a strong, independent character. And she figures out what's going on. She's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. She was, Riku did give her the ideas and like, what are you gonna do? Giving her the ultimatum, but she makes the choice. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to Sora, and I'm gonna help save everything, and it's pretty great. Riku Replica, what a guy. You get to see his arc go full circle in Kingdom Hearts 3. From Chain of Memories, where he's like, I'm just, second fiddle to Riku, but, come Kingdom Hearts 3, he's accepted things. He's like, yeah, well, maybe I am second fiddle to you, but I decide to stick around and help you out. And, still wants to protect Nami after everything. That his main mission. And he saw it through. He did it. He got Naminé a replica body. Man accomplished his mission. Went out like a legend. Aqua. Okay, there are a lot of Aqua fans out there. I am going to have to put Aqua in B, just because I know she's been through a lot. She's a strong character. She's a Keyblade master, but it really does boil down to the fact that I like Tara so much. Whenever she doesn't trust him, it just rubs me the wrong way and makes me upset with her, even though it's not entirely justified. But this is kind of where we are. But yeah, Aqua's cool. I just she annoys me sometimes, so we're gonna put her in B. Ventus. Ventus, I will stick you right above Aqua. You know, Ventus, everybody always underestimating Ventus, telling me he's too young, he's not strong enough. You can't go on an adventure. You're too dangerous, you're gonna destroy the universe, you're gonna get turned into a Keyblade. But you know, Ventus, his journey devolved into, let's go find some friends. And maybe I shouldn't say devolved like it's a bad thing, because it is somewhat endearing. But yeah, Ventus, he's neat. His contributions to Union Cross are really interesting, with very likely Vanitas up here. And how, as of Kingdom Hearts 3, they are brothers. It's pretty cool. But Ventus is currently sitting in a B. This man Yozora, it is possibly unjustified, but I am super excited about this guy in the future. He's got a really cool character design. I like the voice acting also. He's very stoic and cool. He's got a real cool sword. The boss fight, amazing. It took me like 12 hours altogether. I stayed up 11 hours the night that I started this fight because I just refused to give up. So I was actually just banging my head up against the wall, and I was like, eventually, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap. I went to sleep, and then I came back and beat him second try. So I think it was just because I was being too hard-headed and stubborn. I was trying to brute force it, and you cannot brute force this fight. But yeah, I am beyond excited to see more of this guy in the future. I actually should probably, I'm gonna screw him up. Yep. Yeah. He's just so cool, man. Like we don't know a whole lot about him, but he's beyond cool. Broggy. It's weird having the same character at different times in their life on the same list. Do you contribute earlier versions of a character to the past versions of the character? Do you detract things? Where do you put this man? Well, he's cool. I like his personality. He's just super laid back. Someone threatens this man, he just casually knocks the weapon out of his hand. Yeah, I like the fact that he's like, you can't ruffle this guy. He knows he's the stuff. Like, he knows he can handle himself. You can't ruffle this man. We don't see a whole lot of the Dark Road characters, but this is definitely one of the more interesting ones. Hermod, Mr. Rule Follower over here. We must protect the order. I think I'm just gonna put Hermod and Erd. You know, they're both kind of there. They're neat. I just don't, no fault of theirs. Dark Road wasn't super long enough for me to get a good grasp on the characters, but I feel inclined to put Vor up there just because because of the scene where she's just slapping Ericus and the boulder toss, and she was meant to be the most impactful death in Dark Road, you do feel. So I like Vor while she was there. Her time was short, but she lived it, and that makes it hers. Don't ask me why I used the Kyrie quote about Naminé, but it works. Odin, Odin and Ericus, peas in the pod, these guys, making decisions for their students that wind up being terrible, but you have less screen time, so you're going at the bottom of C. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it for the tier list. That's where we are. Yeah. I might make more videos about individual characters later, but that's going to be the tier list for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.